Alright, how's it going, guys? We are going to work on another one of these vitriols today. But the one we're going to work on today is going to be a little bit different. Because today we're going to be doing Ilmenite. And I will show you why. Because we can run it through a bath with sulfuric acid, which will give us green vitriol and a rutile dust and water. Now, luckily, this has the exact amount of water that you need to process the green vitriol. So we can actually have both of them just output straight into here and then just bring the sulfuric acid back up, which is 7, which is exactly what we need. So this is a closed loop right here for the fluids. The only thing that is not is that on this one we actually get oxygen out. So we're going to have to get oxygen pulled from, instead of pulled from the bath, we need to pull it from the electrolyzer, where we were pulling hydrogen from the bath on this one. But the reason why we're doing this is because we can also run it straight through a burning mixer like we do the rutile, except when doing it in here, we get ferric chloride and carbon monoxide. Where when you do the rutile, let me, hold on. When you do the rutile in the burning mixer, you get CO2, carbon dioxide, instead of carbon monoxide. And there's no iron. So you don't have to worry about the ferric chloride eating up your chlorine. So in the rutile one, our chlorine is a closed loop, and it goes into the titanium tetrachloride, which then gets electrolyzed and put right back in to run again. If we did it with the Ilmenite this way, we would have to take it out of the ferric chloride, and we'd have to take it out of the titanium tetrachloride and put both of them back in here. And because we have carbon monoxide instead of carbon dioxide, we would then have to set up a second electrolyzer that would electrolyze the carbon monoxide rather than the carbon dioxide. So I prefer to do it this way. It gives you the same amount of outputs for as much as I can tell. But it's simpler because you don't have to basically do a whole extra setup on the rutile one. So we're going to set this up today. So first thing I need to do is get our Ilmenite, which is right here. We need to get that piped over and put into our bath. We also need to get our sulfuric acid in, which I went ahead and grabbed a drum of. So that is the maximum amount we want in there for that. I'll just set this over here for the next time we need one. So that's what we need there. I'm going to run the pipe over and into here, and we're actually going to have the fluid come out here on this side. So I'm going to take stainless steel pipes here, and we're going to make a nanopole one of those, and we're going to put it right here, which is connected to that side. And then I'm going to go make 2 filters, one for oxygen and one for sulfuric acid, and we'll have the sulfuric acid one go right back into here. We are going to have an item go in and item go out. So we need to get the sulfuric acid coming in to the top That way we can have the items go in from one side and out from the other side. This is the in, that's the out. And for the output, it's going to go, instead of like this one, it had to go to the shredder. It's going to go into this pipe where the output from the electrolyzer is. So for the outputs, we're basically just going to do this, because we want both of them to go in the same place, and then just connect it up right here. And I'll probably change out this pipe to an ultimate now that we're going to have 3 things going through it. And then it's just a matter of setting up the power, which is just going to be running a cable over from the transformer. That'll take care of that. I already have the automatic machine switch on it, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get the pipe work done, make my 2 filters, and I will be right back. Alright, down here underneath the electrolyzer, and due to the way we have the alumina coming out over here, I decided to go ahead and make a LV to MV transformer. And we're going to have the power come from the MV over to there. I'm using 8x copper only because I already have them, and I don't really mind using them. I don't need that big, but I'd rather not have to redo them into something smaller, waste the rubber, waste my time, when 8x will work. And I completely forgot my multi-tool in the table when I made the transformer. Give me that. And by the way, you'll notice we are getting seriously laggy around here. I tried changing my frame rate down to max of 30. Even with my RTX video card I have, we are still getting really laggy. Last time when we were on the server, I ended up having to move all of my barrels into a different building to kind of keep the render lag from getting so bad. I need to make a TPS. Well, I need to get a TPS. You can't make one, but I need to grab one of these. Oh, I can make one. Okay, I need to make one of these so I can check the TPS and make sure that it's not lagging at all, but I think it's just render lag. But I got the pipe ran over. I did decide to go in through the top because we can put the fluid out or in through the side here. So let's get our fluid filter there. We'll grab this and we'll smack that. And now that'll tell us that sulfuric acid is the only thing that can go through there. So there we go. That's now connected up. That'll take care of our loop. And then here on the back side, we're going to open this side and put one of these, and we're going to grab this again. We're going to smack it, but we're going to change this one over with our screwdriver to be a blacklist. And so then we just need to run this up, and we're actually going to take this pipe out and make it a quad pipe. So because that's for hydrogen, And we can't have hydrogen and oxygen running through the same pipe because it will block it up. And I don't want to run a second pipe. So I'm going to basically disconnect, not unconnect. I'm going to disconnect this line right there and let this get empty. Let me get up here where I can check it. Okay, so now that's empty. Should be able to pop all that out of there and turn this into a quad line or a non-upal line, and then put it back, and that'll give us enough room. I could do a quad line, but they're more expensive. So I always use the non-upal unless I really need the bandwidth, because a quad is 4 small. So it's 3 times bigger than the non-upal for each individual fluid. Alright, so now if we do that, we can connect that back up to there, and then I will have to connect this one up to right here. And we may have to limit this a bit to keep the hydrogen from going back into this, but we don't have to worry about it going into here, so it really shouldn't be a problem. We can put another one of these extenders. We can put another one of those right there at that junction, and that'll make it a one-way so the hydrogen can't come this way. Because eventually when our hydrogen gets full, which hopefully we won't have that problem anymore, it'll end up backing up into this pipe. And we don't want that to happen. So I may end up making a extender for that. But that should be just about everything we need. The only thing we need to do now, which by the way, I moved the barrel from there over to here, is give this a nice little whack. That'll let the rutile come, or the ilmenite come out. It'll start running. Will take a little bit because it's a bath. And then when it's finally done, in a week, electrolyzer takes both fluids, does what it needs to do, and goes back up. Another batch is already started. This hasn't already started backing up with hydrogen, has it? No, it looks like the oxygen's going through. Just not getting enough of it through there. We might be full on oxygen. That's always possible. Let's go look and see. That's chlorine. No, we're definitely not full on oxygen. I did open this, right? Yeah, it's connected. And it says hydrogen and oxygen. There's only hydrogen in the pipe, though. Pipe network contains... But that pipe only has hydrogen in it. Why is that the case? When it definitely should have oxygen in it. Hydrogen. It It's kind of hard to read that. Fluid pipe network contains... It doesn't say what this one has. I'm thinking... Yep, see 21 hydrogen. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to make one of them. It's already being a problem. Alright, let's go make one. I may have to bleed off the other stuff that's what's in there. I may have to put in a drum. That's quite possible. Luckily, these are quite easy to make, and I have all the stuff right here. I'm going to have to make some more long steel rods. Actually, out of those. This is such a pain that those won't go back. I don't know why Greg did it this way, that it will not put them back into this. Should be like this, I think. And then... Where the hell is my hammer? Okay, seriously, what happened to my hammer? Give me that. Either like this or like this. These are... There it is. Tank extender. There we go. I'm gonna have to make a new hammer. I have no idea where in the hell that hammer ran off to. Alright, let's go get this put in so it'll stop backing up into that pipe. But this not only will give us rutile, this will also give us some iron, which is always a good thing. Not that I really need it. If you guys seen my box over there, I do have quite the amount of iron already done. But you can never have too much iron in this. Alright, let me see if I can do this. Close that off. And what's this say now? If I can do it quick enough, which I didn't do it quick enough. You know what? Let's do this, actually. Now that I think about it, let's block that off. Because we really should change out this pipe, not this one. We should have both of them go into the same one. Alright, that pipe is empty, which means that this pipe is empty. So now we'll just take this, put it there. We want it to extend that side, and we want this to go that way, because we do not want that to have anything come back out into our pipe. So there we go. Now, that's a one-way valve. Everything from here can go in and go that way. Everything from here can go in and go that way. It can never go back into one of these. And you'll see when I do this, it now shows this as its own network. It shows this as its own network. And then this as its own network. So that should take care of that issue. And we should have no more problems with this being able to get its oxygen out. And this should have no problem putting out its hydrogen. Aha, we are full on hydrogen. That was the problem. It was backing up in there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This didn't automatically connect. Maybe we aren't full of hydrogen. I can do it easier from the back side. Ugh, this lag, I'm telling you, it's killing me. Give me one more of these so I can reach over top. There we go. Now let's go look at it. Yeah, there we go. Hydrogen's coming out fine. Oxygen's going out fine. We're good. All right. So that will give us more rutile, which will give us more titanium. So we've got 1,706 to go through from there. We have 87 already. Rutile, this is running as often as it can run. This thing here is not keeping up. It is only running with 64 RU, which is like 44 EU, so we could up it to a direct connection, which I do want to do. But because this is only 16, we can only run it in this unless we want to pay 4 times the power to do it. I could set up 2 of these, which would cost the same amount of power. But I'm not in that big of a hurry. I don't need that much titanium all at one time. We've got a decent amount of titanium already. So that'll slowly work through over time. Once we get the end stuff taken care of, going and killing the dragon, something I want to do somewhat soon. We'll probably have a live stream going and killing the dragon and setting up the mini portal for that. Let's see if I can find it in here. Let's do end. There it is. We need to make these and send end air back. And then I can start on making the crystal circuits, which we'll have to do a cryo distillation tower and all that stuff. So that'll be a whole big thing of setting all that up. But once we get that done, we can set up a big multi-bath for the titanium tetrachloride. We can set up a big electrolyzer for electrolyzing the chlorine, magnesium chloride back down, and it'll be able to make that stuff in bigger batches. But for right now, this is perfectly fine for me. I don't need anything huge. I've got plenty of other projects that need to get done. I am going to start using some of that titanium over there to make a tank for the lubricant. I think I'm going to go with a large titanium tank. There's the small dense one that we can use that holds 13 million, and there's the large that holds 16 million, and then there's the large dense that holds 64 million. But I think I'm just going to go with a 5x5 by 5 regular for 16 million, and we're going to fill that up with lubricant because the lubricant is still full out there. And I don't want to get rid of it because we need it for bedrock drilling. But we got to get into the crystals before we can do that, because the bedrock drill That's the head. We can do that right now. That's not a problem. But the controller itself takes the crystal processors. Everything else in here we can do. We can't do the processors yet. That's where we need the ender air for the helium neon, and because neon only comes from cryodistillation. Wait a minute, that's regular air. Gives wait a minute, the hell is it we actually need? I don't need ender air for that. I need xenon is what I need that for. What the hell is it I need my brain is... How the hell do you spell... Let's see, ender air. Ender air xenon. We can use it for that. Xenon laser emitter. Oh, that's used for the nanoscale fabricator. That's what we need it for. Okay. That's for making carbon fiber. Alright, so I'm a complete moron. We can do regular air and get the neon we need. So we don't have to go to the end to get ender air. It isn't even going to give us neon that we need. So we need to set up a cryodistillation tower doing regular air so we can get the neon that we need for making the crystal circuits. And then we also have CO2 we're going to have to process, oxygen, a good amount of nitrogen, which we're going to use this to make nitrogen monoxide, which we're then going to turn into nitrogen dioxide, which we're going to turn into nitric acid. So that'll be a whole fun thing. So we need to get that worked on sometime soon. But we have some other things to do before we get into that. And I think I have rambled for long enough today. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. If you have any questions, let me know. And take it easy.